Hey everyone, it's Kate at Finding Cooper's Voice. And who are you? What's your name? Choo Choos. So Cooper really likes to sit here because he can see himself on the camera. And I'm going to do my question and answer video, and I have no problem with him sitting here except he has a pen, and I'm just worried he's going to hit me in the face. And he's going to be quiet, right? Are you going to go, shh, show me. You do it. Good job. Choo Choos. Yeah, Choo Choos. Okay, so this is my favorite video of the week. I can answer your questions. A couple of them were pretty great, deep questions about about relationships and how it works with spouses and husbands and wives and family. I'm gonna do a separate video on those maybe this weekend because they're such good questions and I lived it and live it, and I'll devote a little bit more time to that. The questions I like to do for this are just a little bit faster. Oh, Mater, are you watching Cars? Is that your favorite movie? Yeah. So, number one, how did I get Cooper to eat new foods? So this is one of my favorite questions. And oh my goodness, it's my favorite. So I'll give you a little snapshot. Cooper was nursed until 12 months and ate all foods that we introduced to him up until that point. Right around 12 months, maybe 11 and a half, he quit eating. He quit eating everything. Everything. He went down to Greek yogurt. I see it. Greek yogurt, maybe a little cereal. You want to show them? Yeah. Oh. Choo choo. Okay, they see it. So he went down to Greek yogurt and maybe a few like Cheerios. I mean, it was like 4 foods, but he drank so much milk and ate so much cheese that I really, we weren't that worried about his diet at the time. Like, we didn't know that autism was looming in the future. We're just like, he has super food aversions. He was healthy. He was stocky. He was growing. But what was also happening was major constipation. So once he went off breast milk and onto cow's milk, the constipation was insane. And his food really never got better. He probably hovered right around 4 or 5 foods, I'm not joking, up until age 6. And we were in and out of GI doctors all the time. So every doctor was like, you have to get him off the dairy and you have to get him eating real food. He needs fiber and fruits and vegetables. And we're like, yep. You guys, I tried everything. I'm not lying. I made myself crazy. I was pureeing fruits and vegetables and hiding them in foods. He wouldn't eat them. I was on Pinterest finding recipes and I was talking to dietitians. We did feeding therapy. I could not get my kid to eat food. Probably, I felt like the biggest failure I can't even, it was really, really hard on me. I'm a healthy eater. My family's we eat healthy. And the one thing I could do was I loaded up his Greek yogurt with like really, really fine cut up fruits. And if it was a good day, he would eat those. So when we visited a naturopath 6 months ago, and they're like, you got to clean up his diet. You got to go gluten-free. Gluten causes inflammation. Remove the dairy. He's drinking and eating lethal amounts of dairy. You got to get fruits and vegetables in him, and you got to get water in him. I mean, all the things we'd heard before, but we were up against a colostomy bag for constipation. So I was like, okay, fine, I'm doing it. So we came home, we threw everything out that had gluten in it, had dairy in it. I was worried about Sawyer, my 4-year-old, but we put some foods in the basement and he never suffered as usual. We brought his diet down to very, very few foods and then started adding in gluten-free options back in. So we were able to get in hot dogs, gluten-free chicken nuggets. He was eating strawberries. I was working on raspberries. Veggie straws are gluten-free. That's about it. So I'm like, it's time for food. At the exact same time, we started doing ABA, and I had a nervous breakdown and a meltdown to my ABA therapist, and I was like, tell me how to get fruit in my kid. I don't know how to do it. And she worked with him for a week, and after a week, he was willing to try food. Now, it blew my mind. I would try. It would be knocking over chairs. It would be head hitting. It would be screaming, snot dripping out of his nose. The sight of food would get dry heaves and vomits. And I was like, am I a terrible person for trying to get him to eat a raspberry? Like, what? I don't know what to do here. I was up against, you know, your child needs to eat healthy or eat food. You all know that. Everyone knows that. But when you can't do it, no one, who's supposed to help you? Doctors don't help you. I mean, I saw dietitians, they couldn't help me. Feeding therapy wasn't working. So I asked my ABA therapist, I'm like, how'd you do it? And she's like, I just refused to give up. So hear me out. So I watched her do it, and it just took one time of him trying a food for him to realize in his brain, I have to do this. With me, he would just keep raising the stakes. I'm going to throw a chair this time. I'm going to go off and sweep the counter. I see you. He would just keep doing more and more and more to raise the stakes so he wouldn't have to take a bite of the raspberry or a bite of the fruit or whatever. So I took a page out of her book, and I was like, Cooper, we're going to throw down. No matter what you do, I'm not going to give up. Took a couple days, maybe longer, and it worked. I see you. Yeah. Okay. So for me, for now, he will take a bite of whatever he may throw a fit, and that's all I ask is one bite. So tonight, for example, this is the first time I've ever introduced a vegetable. I introduced steamed carrots. They're fine. They're good carrots. But what I did was a couple weeks ago, I started doing this pureed pouch, and this has carrots, bananas, mangoes, and sweet potatoes, and it's so good. And we would just start with having this on the table, and then we would, okay, you don't have to have it, you already ate it. Eventually we built up to that, and now I'm introducing the real food. He's going to throw that away because he's so mad at me for even having that out. So my advice, don't give up. I was always giving up because I couldn't handle the stress, or my spouse couldn't handle the stress, or it was making everyone upset, or I'd had a long day at work, and I'm like, I don't want to fight about food tonight. It took a couple days of me fighting, and I've made it. His diet has improved 100%. So, I get so many questions about potty training, and Cooper is now, I'll say he's 98% potty trained. He's 100% pee trained. We still got poop struggles. So, but he has not been in a diaper. It'll be 2 weeks on Saturday. I haven't changed a diaper. Look at me. Oh my gosh, I'm like a new woman. Hello, look at me. Haven't changed a diaper. So what's my secret? Everyone wants to know. You know, I logged hours in the bathroom. It's really simple. He was ready. You know, at age 2, you start potty training, and you can tell they're not ready. And then you try again at 3, and you try again at 4, and Cooper was not ready to be potty trained until 6.5. And that was hard for me as a mom to accept. And I'm like, I can force him to do it. I can force him into it. It's going to work. He wasn't ready. So I just look at your child and be like, can they acknowledge that they're wet? Do they ask to have their diaper changed? Can they stay dry if they're diaperless? Up until recently, Cooper couldn't do those things. So what's next for us? So we just kind of mastered potty training. We're there. What's next for us? Food-wise, I want to work on veggies and meat. We're having some major problems with car rides, meaning my boys, Sawyer picks on Cooper. Cooper hits Sawyer. Sawyer screams his terrible scream. It's like I'm his mom, and I can say my Sawyer has the worst cry I've ever heard. And then Cooper hits him. Repeat. This could go on forever and ever until we pull the car over, and we got to work on car rides. And we had one ABA session where we worked on it. It's a real issue. And then speech. I am ready to tackle some speech stuff. For the first time, Cooper's making a variety of sounds. He's still not using the front of his mouth, but he wants to talk. Hey, Cooper, do you want to come over here and say mom? Yeah, come over here. Okay, do you want to show him how you say mama? Okay, ready? Okay, ready? Let's go. Ma. Pause it. Ma. Yes! I mean, to some people that might look so silly, but to us, that's close. Am I in therapy? So there's a really sweet mom. She's like, I feel like I'm in control. I feel like I'm fine. And then something will hit me with my kid's disability, and I get so sad. I am not in therapy. I'm not opposed to therapy. I think therapy is an amazing thing. I'm just not. A couple of years ago, I could have probably used therapy more than I could now. I feel like as Cooper is getting older, I've got a better handle on the emotions. I don't have the wide swings of emotion anymore. I remember when Cooper was 3 and 4, I could see kids playing at the park and plummet, or holidays were hard. You know, I mean, there's still hard things. I'm no saint. I got so sad over the tooth fairy. But it's getting easier for me to handle those wide swings of emotion. And we're finally having some wins. So it's better for me now. Another mom asked about caregiver burnout. She was saying she's sick all the time. Her stress is so high. What do I experience caregiver burnout? Yes. Everyone, every mom, parent, grandparent, caregiver on here, Google caregiver burnout. It's a real thing. I was sick for 2 months. I actually went to the doctor for the first time in years because I could not get over this sinus infection and this cold. And I'm like, I eat healthy and I don't drink too much and I rest and I exercise and I am so sick all the time. And she kind of, I didn't even have a primary, shocker for a caregiver. And she dug in and I told her all about Cooper and she's like, you got to reduce your stress, girl. And the answer just frankly pissed me off because as a parent to a disabled kid, there really is no reducing the stress. I was like, you gotta give me some medication. You gotta clear this up because I have to take care of my kid. And she's like, you gotta fix it. You gotta be better for yourself. You take care of yourself. I will go through periods where I have bags under my eyes and I don't shower and I don't exercise and I live on coffee and I look like, to be honest. Usually it coincides with Cooper's constipation bouts or his, I'm on the roller coaster with him. So when he has a regression, I go down too. I don't have an answer. I'm always honest on here when I don't know how to fix that. Self-care is a real issue for me. Jamie, my kid's dad, is always telling me to take a break. He's a great person. He's like, take a break, go do something, go walk around, go work out. Well, typically I'm too tired to do any of those things. I don't want to go to the gym. Even though I should. I don't want to go walk around a mall and spend money. I don't want to go sit at a bar and drink. I struggle a lot with getting out of the house. It's not easy for me. I go to work. I work 40 hours a week, 45. And then I just want to come home. And when your chaos is at home, I find that to be a very conflicting thing. Not a lot of people I don't think, have chaos like a disabled child at home. It's a unique kind of struggle. And then I'll wrap it up with friends. Do I have friends that I find it hard to keep friends, make friends? I have 2 or 3 really, really amazing girlfriends that I've been friends with since high school, elementary, middle school. I have some friends from college. I have friends at work. And I've maintained those friendships. They're amazing people. What was hard for me was we all had children at the same time. So we all have a child Cooper's age and we all have a child Sawyer's age. And when you plop all those little babies down at 9 months old or 12 months old, My child was very, very different. And no friend wants to tell you that. And as a mom, I wanted to keep it hidden because I didn't understand it and I was scared. That affected friendships in the sense that I pulled away a bit because I wasn't ready. I didn't understand why my kid wasn't meeting milestones. And I loved their babies and I was jealous of their babies, and me and my friends would spend hours talking about how Cooper was not autistic, and we knew people with autistic kids and Cooper was nothing like them. And then when he was diagnosed, I felt like, oh, so hard. And you know, we can't do a lot of stuff. So if I go, I often have to leave Cooper with his dad and just bring Sawyer. They always invite him, but he just can't do it. So it's hard. I guess a lot of this is about self-care. It's hard. I struggle all the time. I wish I had really great answers for you guys for how you handled the grief and the roller coaster and the emotions. A bunch of the comments said I seem, Cooper laughing, I seem so strong and I seem so happy. That's just my personality. I am a really, really happy, optimistic person, but I internalize a lot of sadness. And I talk about it on here because in my real life, I don't go into work and talk about autism. Jamie and I don't sit at home and talk about autism. We just don't. I don't talk about autism with my family for lots of reasons. So one of my goals that I want to tell you people is start talking about autism. Don't hide it. Talk about it in everyday conversation. Talk about the highs and the lows. People are really curious. Your friends are really curious to what you're going through. I always felt like my life was so crazy that no one would understand. They'd think I was lying and embellishing and whining, God forbid. True friends won't think that. Talk to them. Just talk about autism in all these conversations. Make it an everyday word. Don't be ashamed to say my son or my daughter has autism and this. It's an evolution. I'm sure I'll be a lot different when he's 10 and 15. So, hey, do you want to come say goodbye? Yeah. Come here, you gotta wave goodbye. Super Cooper has brought all of his bedding out and is laying on the floor next to me with some of his favorite things. How special. Let me see if I can get this off. I'll show you guys. There's his bedding and there's his favorite things. Cooper, can you say goodbye? Can you wave? Wow, you're too cool for school today. I hope everyone has a great night. We are flying solo, so we're gonna pack it up and go to bed. Good night.